you born?
Well, I was born in New Haven on the 18th of February, 1949.
Who exposed and influenced your love for opera?
Well, Lenore, it starts at the age of 7. My first influence was my uncle, Dr. Michael Viglianti, who actually took me to see my first opera, which was the great Verdi's Aida, which had always become one of our favorites. It was a wonderful experience for me to know what opera was all about because I was a young boy. What did I really know about opera? What did I know at 7 years old? And who was this Verdi? Who was this great master of one great opera, Verdi's Aida? Oh my God, I could still hear the triumphal scene. My uncle would hold my hand and say, "Stay put, don't move, enjoy it." And this was at the old Met. Standing in the entrance of the old Met, looking at this massive colonnade, a Gothic type of building back in those days. It was somewhat, could be very depressing if you didn't like Gothic art, but the way it was designed at that period of time, and just think about how many great opera singers over the years sang there, from Caruso right down the line to Richard Tucker, Leonard Warren, all the great stars of its day. And me being here to see an Aida, and then that moment came. The moment came when the drop lights dropped. And all of a sudden, the conductor comes to the podium, and everybody starts applauding. And knowingly, at that time, at 2 o'clock that afternoon, is being broadcasted throughout the whole United States. So not only was I sitting in that chair, but everybody else that was listening to the opera on that Saturday. Of course, as a young boy, I loved Egypt. I loved the history of Egypt. So Aida was based on an Egyptian story. And all the beauty of all the people on stage, from the animals to the trumpeters to the conductors. So seeing it more than once gave me an opportunity to have 29 copies of Aida in my collection. Because every conductor is different, every singer is different, and of course, every production is different.
How did you understand opera at such a young age?
It came naturally. The Italian came very naturally. I've heard the arias over and over again, so I knew what was going on, and I knew the gist of the story. I do remember asking my uncle, "How am I going to understand the opera Aida?" He said, "Well, read the libretto."
How did your passion for music start?
I think my passion began with the altar, the traditional music, the Gregorian chants. Then, of course, the sound of the organ was always fascinating to me. I didn't realize that there was a porthole opening up for me, that something else would occur within this church structure. Now, at 12 years old, I was beginning to start studying voice, and I knew had some type of voice, may have been a tenor or a bass, whatever. Every year, St. Michael's would host a concert. Singing "Why Walk with God" was a great honor because my idol, of course, at that time of day was, of course, Mario Lanza. And Mario Lanza also made it very, very famous from the Student Prince. And of course, singing "I Walk with God" gave me the shivers, knowing that this man sang in front of the studio of MGM Studios for the world to hear. And I am duplicating it the best I could. But yes, it was a great honor. This launched my career into the opera field, to know and to love this piece of music that is very difficult, but very beautifully to be sung.